when I first came to the States, I came straight to Harlem, 114th Street. So after that, I never left it. And I'm always proud to say, Harlem is my home. I came from Panama City, Central America, and my grandparents sent for me. And after that, 1 week after that, I went straight to 125th Street from 8th Avenue to Park Avenue, knocking at every door I could possibly can. The churches, some bars, and some restaurants. And the reason for that is because I wanted to render my service free of charge. But unfortunately, I was turned away. And I asked one of my friends, which was an American guy, I asked him, why is it that nobody wants me to even do some work in their place? That's my contribution. He says to me, because in Harlem, or in New York rather, nobody does anything for free because they think that you're going to rob the place later. Well, I didn't understand that part. So I went downtown in a Mexican area, Spanish, Latin area, and I speak Spanish. And I asked them to let me to do some work. And of course, they said, son, we don't have no money. I said, the money's not what I want. I want to establish myself as a reference. So they said, okay, go ahead. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because after they give me a break to do that job there, in 1 month's time, the Spanish paper came and gave me a big feature. And I spent 2.5 years downtown, and I was working for Puerto Ricans and Mexican and Dominican and all types of Spanish places. And 2.5 years later on, I came back uptown just to spend some money, and then I got hooked. I got hooked because I speak to a person. I said, could I paint something on that wall? It says, well, I don't know if you can, but what can you do? So I do a little demonstration, and after that, she says, okay, you can paint this wall. And this wall was about 9 by 10. I painted the United Nations, but it was such a unique piece that hundreds and hundreds of people have never seen nothing like that before. The painting itself changes from day into night. And people used to come into the bar just to look at the painting. But needless to say, that was the beginning of me coming back to Harlem. And all the bars in Harlem, in those days there was two things. There was a lot of bars and a lot of churches. And I was capitalizing all the bars because they wanted that same effect in their bars. That was in the late 50s and the early 60s. I did that. After that, I began to do all the bars as possibly can, and then from that I do many other things. It seemed like every 10 or 20 years I reinvented myself. And then I started to work in the furniture stores and do pictures for the furniture stores and painted in velvets and so on and so on. So by what happened through the assassination of Martin Luther King, those gates they come into existence. And after that, then the graffiti artists take over the whole city, the trains, the building, everything that they could graffiti. And it was a mess. And one store owner asked me, could you paint something on my gate? I said, of course. I've never painted a gate before, but this was a challenge for me. And the first thing I painted was a blossom tree. And that tree represented just the way I thought about Harlem. I must bloom exactly where I was planted. I came to the States, I came into Harlem, and I said bloom in Harlem. And I've never left. But through painting those gates, it has opened up so many doors for me around the world. I've been all over the world. And it was amazing to see that my brush could travel so far.